Hello and welcome back to another video. I had a very busy weekend because I had some big deadlines and projects for school. Because of that, I was doing schoolwork for pretty much 48 hours straight. Well, I did sleep, but 2 days straight of just intense schoolwork. And because of that, I completely neglected cleaning my house. So to keep things calm and relaxing in here and to prepare for the week ahead, I am going to spend the evening tidying up and making this place peaceful and nice to be in. After I'm done doing that, I'm going to give you a small thrift haul. Today, I ventured out into a new town that is about 40 minutes away from where I live. I had never been there before, and I found some really amazing thrift stores and got quite a few cool items. I also went to an antique store, which has to be one of the best antique stores I've ever been to. It was super cool. And the reason that it was so cool is because they had hundreds, if not thousands of pieces of vintage sterling silver jewelry. They had necklaces and earrings and bracelets, but mostly they had sterling silver rings. As you can see, I love wearing rings myself. I love silver. So it was really fun to get to look at all of the unique pieces and talk to the store owners. And it really got me thinking. And I've decided that I am going to try to branch out a little bit and try my hand at selling sterling silver jewelry. I have my own small collection of sterling silver rings that I have accumulated over the years, and I don't really wear all of them anymore, so I've given some of them away to friends or to my sister, but I think I'm going to take some of the remaining rings that I don't really wear and list them on my Etsy shop and see how it goes. If that goes well, and if it's something that people want to purchase off of Etsy, then I will try to source more. I'm thinking I'll source the jewelry from estate sales, from maybe that antique store that I went to. They had really good prices on their jewelry, and also from eBay. You can get great prices on sterling silver jewelry off of eBay if you buy like dozens of items at a time from one store. Primarily, I'm thinking I'll focus on selling rings, pendants, and then some earrings. I'm pretty picky with earrings. In general, even when I'm sourcing for home decor, I'm always focused on picking up stuff that I would personally have in my home. So that's how I keep everything cohesive and make sure that everything has a distinct style. After I clean my house and give you that thrift haul, I am also going to take out all of my old silver jewelry. I'll give you a little tour. I'm going to polish some of the items. And yeah, that sounds like a pretty nice night to me. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. It is around 5 p.m. right now, so I still have lots of time in the day to take you along. I have a plant up here on top of my cabinet that is not doing so well at all. It's my English ivy. So I'm gonna climb up here and retrieve it. We should probably wait until my husband is home so he can grab it, but I'm impatient, so it's fine. I can grab it. Okay, there we go. I have mentioned in a couple of my videos now that I used to do pottery. I'll show you. This is one of my old pieces that I made. This is one of my favorite glaze combinations. So it's black clay on the bottom, and then I did like a bunch of different glazes here, and I would drip them so when it went into the kiln it looked crazy. I absolutely love pottery, and I really do want to get back into it soon. I don't know if you can hear the sounds, but they're not good. Very crispy. This room is done, so I am gonna light a candle and move on to the living room. As you can see, my living room is a disaster, but this should only take a few minutes to clean up. Let's turn on some lights though so that it's more fun. This room is complete, so I'm gonna light another candle and then show you all of the stuff that I sourced today for my Etsy shop. So these are all of the items I got. It's just going to be a small little haul, nothing crazy today. Starting off with this bud vase. This was $4. It is artist signed on the bottom. It's signed TAB and it has a really nice creamy and green earthy glaze. I've sold several bud vases in the past with this kind of earthy vibe, so I think that this one will sell, and for $4 there's absolutely margin in this, so I was excited to find it. Next, I got this teeny tiny little brass music note paperweight. Here is what it looks like. It's the same on the front and on the back. It's pretty hefty and super adorable and cute. This little paperweight was around $11. I love these things. I have quite a few paperweights actually on my desk just to hold down sticky notes, and even my computer cord, it runs through the back of my desk, and so I keep a heavy paperweight on it when it's not plugged into my computer so that it doesn't fall behind my desk and I don't have to get back there and retrieve it. So I think that they're great and they have a lot of uses. And then from that antique store with all of the very cool jewelry that I was talking to you about, I got 3 candle snuffers. As you know, candle snuffers are a bestseller for me. They're basically a guaranteed sale, and so I get very excited whenever I find them. This first one is very long, as you can see. It is iron and then the handle is wooden. This is my favorite of the 3. Honestly, this one is very cool. I know a lot of people probably prefer the brass ones, but this one is super unique, and the bottom of the handle also has this kind of primitive metal design on it. Here is what the handle looks like up close. Just super unique. This snuffer was $12. There's not going to be a ton of margin, but again, they're basically guaranteed sell, and so I'll pick them up if they're around $12 or less. Next up is a candle snuffer that I have sold in the past, or at least I've sold one very similar to it. It has this kind of, dome thing on the end to snuff the candle. I guess that was kind of unnecessary to explain. My dog is seeing some deer outside, so she's going a little cray-cray. Join the party, puppy. Join the party. Yeah. Oh, no. I said a word that's very similar to one of her favorite words. Oh, that's my bad. Just relax. Relax. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. My husband's going to be home soon, and we'll take her for a long WALK. I feel bad. accidentally got her excited. But this handle has a long kind of spiral design on it, which I think is cool. And then the last snuffer is super cute. Oh, and this one was $12, the one I just showed you. And the last snuffer is teeny tiny. It's absolutely adorable. I actually really like these short ones. I feel like they're super practical. This one was $4. I'm not sure why it was priced so much lower than the other ones. I guess maybe just because it's smaller. But this one was actually made in Italy, so it's stamped Italy on the side, which is super cool. And it has a very unique design on the handle with a little cherub at the end. Next, I got this box. It's hand painted and signed by the artist on the bottom. This was $9.50, and it has a beautiful painting of a bird and a flower on the top. It is blue, which is my favorite color, so that's another reason why I was drawn to it. The painting on it is very well done, very impressive stuff. I'm always just amazed by the beautiful creations that people can make, and it's wooden. I don't know if I already mentioned that, but it is a wood box that's painted over, and it opens up. You can store like little earrings in here. And then lastly, a very, very exciting find that I think is super cool is this Art Deco tray. So this was $32. I asked if they could do any better on the price and they gave it to me for $28, which was really nice. It has this super unique design, like this kind of starburst, mid-century, almost space age kind of feel. It's black and yellow. A lot of the paint or enamel or whatever that is underneath is chipping off. So it has quite a bit of wear, but I think this is such a unique piece. I've never found anything like this. And when I was talking to the store owner about this piece, she said that she's owned it herself for at least 30 years and that she thinks it's from the Art Deco era, which makes sense to me because the nails on it are really teeny tiny. There's like a bunch of little eclectic nails on the side holding it in place. This would be such a beautiful piece for someone who has kind of a more minimalist style with pops of color. I could imagine someone having some jewelry on here or a little bit of perfume. This is a very special and cool piece for sure. Here it is up close. Again, it has quite a bit of wear underneath the glass, so I'm gonna have to document all of that really well on Etsy, but it is just so cool. It's wooden on the side and on the back. So those are all of the items that I found today. I will be getting those listed as soon as possible. And next, let's take a look at my silver rings that I'm going to be listing on Etsy. I have all kinds of stuff in here. Some of the stuff is broken or is just like costume jewelry. Let me see if I can zoom you in a little bit more. I'm really hoping that my camera is picking this up well. Sometimes it has trouble focusing because it's super old. This ring is a piece of costume jewelry. These earrings are gold plated. I got these when I was in Charlotte, North Carolina a couple years ago. This is one of my favorite rings. I will not be getting rid of this one. This one I got from a thrift store when I lived in Connecticut, and I think it's super cute. Oh, this shell necklace, my husband actually made me. It's just the pendant at the moment. It was on a chain, which I think is tangled up somewhere in here. Super cute. Okay, so I split everything up into 4 different piles. This is all costume jewelry, so I wouldn't probably resell any of this stuff because none of it is sterling silver. And I don't really wear any of these pieces, but I think my sister would be interested in probably several of them. So I'm actually gonna get a little bag and make a little bag for her. This is all stuff I would potentially sell. Some of it is gold though, so I don't know anything about gold. It's not as easily standard, at least in my brain. Like all this stuff is sterling silver, so that's easy. I went through a very small stint with wearing gold jewelry. This I don't think is real gold at all. This one might be gold plated. These are gold plated, these earrings. So I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with the gold stuff. I don't even think actually that any of these items are vintage except for the studs. I got these studs at the Brimfield Antique Market in Massachusetts, which is one of the biggest flea markets in the entire country. So that was cool to go there. I wasn't selling home decor at the time, so I really just went to look around and try to find some jewelry, and I got these studs from there. And then this is all the silver stuff that I'll sell. I have this ring. This one's pretty cool. I'll show you what it looks like on. I would say it has kind of an Art Deco style. It has this ribbed design on the sides and then a cubic zirconia. This pendant is super cool. This is something that I got from an estate sale 6 months ago or so. I've worn this a bunch. I think it's really cool and I kind of don't want to part with it, but I'm really curious how it's going to do, and I do think that there's someone out there who will probably wear it more than I do. This is solid sterling silver and it is pokey. I mean, it's not like super sharp on the sides, but there was one time when I was wearing this and I went to sleep with it on and I woke up in the middle of the night to it stabbing me in the neck. I don't know if it's meant to be a sun or what exactly it is, but whenever I wore that piece I would get a lot of compliments on it. This is a ring I got at a flea market several years ago. I got a lot of use out of this one, but it's not as much my style anymore. I prefer kind of chunkier rings. I don't wear a lot of dainty jewelry like that, so I'll sell this one. These earrings, I believe I got off of eBay a while ago. They are sterling silver, but they are in need of a polish. They're looking pretty dull. This one has a red stone in the center. It might be a garnet. I'm not exactly sure what kind of stone that is, and I don't even know how people determine the types of stones. I'm gonna have to look into that. But this is a really beautiful sterling silver piece. I used to wear this one a lot. I still love it quite a bit. I just don't reach for it as much as I do some of my other rings. So I'm gonna polish all of these today. I'm gonna add these gold ones to my sister's bag. These are very ugly, kind of costumey pieces that my husband and I wore to the Renaissance fair. So I'm gonna keep these and set these aside for the next time we go to a Renaissance fair, because I do not think that it will be too long until we will want to use these again. And then this, I think, is all the stuff that I'm going to keep. This ring is my mom's. I borrowed it from her and I still have it with me, and I didn't even know until just now. So I'm gonna throw this in to polish it with the other items. This ring I absolutely love. I love how chunky it is. And this is a Tasco style ring. It was made in Mexico. Mexican silver rings are my absolute favorite. They just have such a cool chunky vibe to them that I really like. This is a nice thumb ring. I got this at a thrift store several years ago. I don't wear it a ton. Maybe I should wear it more. But I'm not going to sell it because I know my sister loves this one, so if I decide not to keep it, she'll definitely want it. This is a little flower ring, which I also wear on my thumb. I got this at a market in Seattle when my husband and I lived in Seattle for a summer, so this one has sentimental value to me, and I think it's really beautiful. So I'm going to keep this one and I'm going to throw it in to be polished because it is very dull. This is another thumb ring. I have quite a few apparently. Now that I'm looking at all of these, I'm definitely going to give this one to my sister because I already have a lot of thumb rings I don't wear. So that's going in her bag. This one I got from an antique store. It is so pretty. It has these sunflowers and little star details on it. This is not solid sterling silver, but it's EPNS. Love that one. These little studs are the earrings that I got my ears pierced with when I was 12. So those have sentimental value. There's some here that are just whatever random stuff that I'll set aside because I don't want to bore you with everything. This is a ring I really love. I'm actually gonna put it on now. I'll put this one away. This I got when I was in Spain from a vintage fair in Barcelona. This one my husband got me for Valentine's Day a few years ago. This is my little cutie engagement ring from when my husband and I got engaged. Now I have this stunning emerald ring, which is from another creator on YouTube. Her channel name is My Tara Maid. I've actually been following her since pretty much the beginning of her channel, and her business inspired me to start my Etsy business. So she is one of a few influences that got me interested in kind of running my own little small business. It is so beautiful. It's sterling silver with an emerald in the center, and she makes all of her pieces to hand. They're all unique and handmade. So yeah, this is my official wedding ring, but this is the ring that I had when we got engaged. It's so cute. It's a little moon, and then you turn it over and there's a sun on the other side. These are just some old sterling silver hoops. I'm gonna throw these in to be polished because I don't know if you can see that, but they are almost black. They're very oxidized. And then lastly, I have this really cool pendant that I love. Every time I wear this, I get compliments on it. I've probably gotten over 25 compliments on this necklace. I don't own any other piece of clothing or anything that has garnered so much attention from strangers, but this one seems to really stand out. It is sterling silver. It's from Mexico. All of my favorite jewelry is, it seems. And I think I'm going to toss this one in to be polished because it's looking a little bit dull just because I wear it so often. So this is everything I'm going to be polishing. This is what it looks like before. Take a good look. I'm hoping that these pieces are going to be a lot shinier by the time that I'm done. my gosh, look at the difference that made. These pieces are so shiny. These are the earrings that were black. They are now very nice and polished. Honestly, these ones are so dirty that they could probably go through the process one more time. But everything else is looking amazing. This pendant is a lot shinier. These earrings really shined up. These are looking lovely now. These are all the pieces I'm gonna try to sell, so I'm gonna add these to my tray of new items.